think of this fire?
A couple of months ago, Deep Silver, in partnership with Vertigo Games, came out with the announcement of bringing the Metro franchise to virtual reality headsets. In fact, into PlayStation VR 2, Meta Quests, and also the Steam VR. Now, according to these developers, Metro Awakening is a brand new story-driven experience built exclusively for VR, where this time you actually play as a doctor in the search for your wife and some medication that will heal her. Take a look. Tom Clancy's Division developers have an almost identical extraction shooter like Division with some building elements this time, set in a post-apocalyptic era going by the name Exoborne. I mean, it's almost 2 years since its reveal. Exoborne is actually described by the creators as a tactical open-world extraction shooter set in a world ripped apart by apocalyptic forces of nature. Hopefully the game is coming to PCs in the next generation of consoles only within 2024.
Inbound. Good to go?
Easy in, easy out.
That's our ride.
NetEase Games just announced that Ashfall has another beta testing, apparently the final testing, with crossplay support on PCs and mobiles in the following months. Eventually a full release within 2024 as well. Some of you have already played Ashfall in a beta in the past couple of years, but either way, the game is one of the most anticipated MMORPG shooters at the moment. Ashfall is about this reality where AIs have risen and launched a nuclear war against humanity. The premise is somewhere between Fallout and Atomic Heart.
Across the deserts. Go east. Make some friends. Be powerful. Defeat all the monsters and enemies. Finish your mission. Find a new dawn.
Now, Planet, on the other hand, is a MMO action shooter. Some of you might remember it from last year's Pearl Abyss's massive showcase where it had a blast on YouTube. However, only to come back with the news that it's years away. In any case, the new word is this Unreal Engine project has a release window of 2024. On the next generation of consoles only. It has one of the co-creators of the Counter-Strike on board developing it. The setting also is inspired by the Fallout series Bulletstorm, and believe it or not, this whole thing is set in an open world too.
America. The people here are all spread out, cut off from one another. We want you to help us bring the world together.
If you missed out on its original review and the recent updates, Hideo Kojima went on and revealed more gameplay additionally, titled the sequel Death Stranding on the Beach. Well, they actually released a pretty lengthy gameplay trailer for it on PlayStation officially, suggesting while the core protagonists are returning too, there will be a slew of new ones and a whole different approach in its original stealth-based experience. This game is coming to the PlayStation 5 and PCs exclusively early next year.
Not everybody wants to be part of the UCA.
That's not the plan, Sam. The UCA isn't looking to expand its borders. Just like with Mexico, they want to bring new regions into the network. Anyway, the DHV Magellan's here to back you up. As always, you'll be the one leading the way to expand the network.
What's your role in all this? You're the commander, huh?
That's right. These days I'm fragile in name only. You brought America together, helped it be reborn as the UCA. But I'm afraid that Death Stranding is far from over. Humanity is still in danger, still on the brink of extinction.
5 long years in the dark of the ground.
Currently in development under the title Terminator Survival. Number 6. We've got our first open world survival game in the long-running Terminator franchise. It's actually being developed by the Korean developers Nakwon, and we finally got an update on it. In fact, a gameplay trailer and an early access on Steam. Terminator Survivors is coming to PCs and the next generation of consoles only on the 25th of October 2024.
One day we'll see, and everywhere our name will be survivors.
Coming from the same team who brought Dave the Diver. Number 7, we have a game called Nakwon. It's a third-person view zombie apocalypse stealth survival game with developers of which promise lets you experience a new form of post-apocalyptic life with a first survival resource management PvP, in which zombies and survivors coexist like the Walking Dead show. Anyway, Nakwon Last Paradise is coming to PCs exclusively early next year.
All airborne squad members exist for one sole purpose.
Stellar Blade is launching on April 26 for the PlayStation 5 and also the PCs. There is a demo for you to try at the PlayStation Store, and there's over an hour of gameplay on YouTube to review. Stellar Blade is an action RPG made with the Unreal Engine, and most critical websites call this a true Souls-like, where a normal enemy can simply kill you if you let your guard down. If you do like hack and slashes and a bit of anime in nature, Stellar Blade's probably more than enough to get you excited.
Lift your head.
The First Descendant just got a release window of summer 2024, along with a trailer that pretty much shows off most of the game's combat, if not all of it. First Descendant is a third-person looter shooter halfway inspired by the Warframe, a class character-based looter shooter with skills, guns, and also then there's this grappling hook, makes it kind of unique. Anyway, this game is coming to PCs in both generations of consoles and then coming out a little later for the Nintendo Switch as well.
Fate always tests us. You have to fight until the end. I'll find you.
Oh yeah, guys, NetEase, the same developers of the third game we mentioned in the game Ashfall, went on and revealed even another trailer for Once Human. The release window will fall 2024 on PCs exclusively, possibly mobiles as well. Once Human, if you're unfamiliar with, guys, since a couple of years ago, almost 3, is a open-world survival third-person shooter. It's had inspired by the TV show The Stranger Things in lore, however, and story, but then made with the use of Unreal Engine 5. There's another beta on the way for the game for late June and a solid release date upon reveal. Coming to PCs exclusively by the end of the year, Project L33T. Well, first announced a little over 2 months ago over here, is a first-person PvP and offline hardcore tactical attraction shooter. This game promises to put you in the shoes of a mercenary in a company with the same name, where you have to engage in high-stake battles against NPCs and other rival players for loot in an alien world. That being said, we actually got a new trailer for this game, reconfirmation that the game is coming out within 2024. Coming up behind that, we have another AAA brand new project over here from a new developer in town going by the name of Silent Desolation. Well, Silent Desolation is a science fiction based half-a Fallout inspired, another half even Death Stranding in style. However, the game is touted as an open world survival action adventure. It's also the work of a solo developer made with the use of Unreal Engine, and this is in-game footage. Eventually the game is going to be coming to PCs only. couple of months ago, we actually came across another new IP that happens to be a squad-based survival horror shooter going by the name Forever Winter. Frankly, we're not sure if this is gameplay, but the game seems to be inspired by Generation Zero, Mass Effect maybe, and even the Warhammer universe in style. In any case, the Forever Winter is coming to PCs only within 2024. I mentioned this before, in case you missed it. Pickpock dropped the new gameplay trailer for their upcoming entry in the Into the Dead series with the new game Into the Dead: Our Darkest Days. We still don't have a release date of any sort, which happens to be a strategy zombie shelter survival. However, the game is set for an early access release on Steam later on in 2024. As you can see, it's a 2.5 dimension side-scroller where players must guide a group of desperate survivors from shelter to shelter with an infested city. It's a good one. And last but not least, a developer's first work over here, we've got Dead Season. It's a single-player turn-based tactics game that gives you the control of a band of survivors while they navigate through a zombie-infested city. This seems definitely inspired by the State of Decay, Resident Evil, where your actions consist of scavenging for resources and then completing objectives while facing the undead. Dead Season is coming to PCs exclusively mid to late 2024.